Hey, good morning, everyone. How's it going today? Coach Alvarez here, back at you with another episode, Coffee with Coach, bringing those mental vitamins for you today. I hope everyone's up, making some moves, doing good. But if your mind is in the right place, let's help put it in the right place. So today, again, going through my normal routine, listening to different videos, and then one that caught my attention was thick skin. Thick skin. Do you have thick skin, or is your skin thin? Do you have that thin skin? What that means is, are your feelings hurt real easy? Are you easily, someone makes fun of you, says a comment about you, or whatever the case may be. Do you have thick skin, or do you get broken right away and get your feelings hurt and get all pouty? It's good stuff, and I'm going to give you a couple different examples. But for me, luckily, when I was younger, growing up, had some good friends, Mike, Thomas, childhood friends. Man, they would make fun of me in every which kind of way. Just one of those things, man, where you just got some buddies, man, and they're just cracking on you, man. They see something, man, and they just gonna get on you, man. Shirt might be wrinkled. You might have like your shoelaces tied too tight, or I don't know, just whatever, man. Then you walk up, and if something ain't to a T, they're going to get on you, man. So we would do that, right? Like, we would crack on each other all the time. It didn't matter, like, what it was. That's just the way we were as friends growing up. So luckily for me, good morning, everyone that's hopping on. Good morning. Luckily for me, growing up like that, being made fun of all the time, having friends that just always had something to say, no matter what, I got used to it. I'm very thankful for growing up with friends that love to make jokes, and still have some other friends like that. Every time I go home to Saginaw or whatever, I run into some old buddies, and we'll just get to cracking on each other, man. It's just what we do, you know what I'm saying? So, we don't get our feelings hurt right away. It's just one of those things, long time ago, me and my brother, like, we would go parties or whatever, we go and hang out, and we would walk in, right? Like, me and my brother would walk in, and like everyone in the house or like wherever we're at would just go nuts. Like, here comes the ALVAREZ'S, man. Because they knew already, like, 'cause me and my brother would get on each other, or we would get on like whoever else, like they just couldn't wait to like for us to just like pick something out, because you just learn how to do that, right? And so we would just make fun of people, you know what I mean? It was all in good fun. You know what I mean? It wasn't like just being like a bully. It's just the way we were. And it's like I said, it's the way a lot of us are now. It's funny because in jiu-jitsu class, a lot of times, I got some students that just love to just crack on each other, man. It is hilarious. It reminds me of growing up. I like that. It just brings some good fun to the mat. People don't get their feelings hurt. They just go back and forth. It's just good times in the locker room, Sometimes I just love hanging out after class because, my guys, my students they just get on each other, man. It's hilarious stuff. It's good fun. So you got to have thick skin. Okay. You got to have thick skin. You got to be able to take a joke, be made fun of, whatever flaws you might have, whether, it's a permanent flaw or something, or it's just something you got on that you didn't put on right, or you don't match, your colors don't match, or whatever, you just got to be able to stick with it, But this conversation on the Jocko podcast about the thick skin, they were just talking about how someone in the SEALs team or whatever, got made fun of, and because this individual just didn't like it and couldn't, go with it, they would continue making fun of that individual with a name. They came up with some name or whatever for him, right? A nickname. And the guy didn't think it was cool. So what happened? They just kept calling him that same nickname because that individual they knew it got to him. They knew it hurt his feelings a little bit, kind of stung a little bit. So they kept going with it. Versus they're saying if he just would have owned it and just went along with it, they probably would have stopped making fun of him, right? It kind of reminds me of like the 8 Mile movie. Have you seen it with Eminem? And at the end of the movie, his buddy that shot himself in his foot or whatever was like, hey, what are you going to say when so-and-so makes fun of this, and this, right? And Eminem in the movie is like, got quiet for a second and just was like, man, you're right. You know what I mean? So what happened? He goes on stage, grabs the mic, and then just lets all his flaws out, all the things that he ain't good at, or he's not, whatever happened to him, how he got beat up, how he got jumped, how this, that, whatever. So when he threw the mic back to the other guy had nothing to say. He had absolutely nothing to say. He had no comeback because he owned, you know, everything that he just messed up with. You know what I mean? So it's good stuff. I'm just bringing this up because, well, I'll bring up another individual. A while back, it reminded me of this other lady that I listened to in business. Her name is Lee Miltier. Okay, Lee Miltier. And I was listening to this business thing that she had out, and she was like, you know, when you're an entrepreneur, you're in business, or just anywhere, right? Like, you got to have thick skin. She's like, no one makes you mad, and no one hurts your feelings. No one makes you angry. And if you're allowing that to happen, you're giving your power away. You're giving your day away, your time away. Because why? Now the rest of your day is ruined. You're not getting things done because someone supposedly, you know, ruined your day because you allowed them to. Because why? You got thin skin. You don't have thick skin. You're just kind of weak with that stuff, and it hurts your feelings right away. And now you want to run off in the room and pout and close the door and turn the lights off and not want to get things done and be productive because something or someone hurt your feelings that day, and now you just can't get things done. You know, it's just one of those things that I see a lot. I got some family members that are like that, where they're easily disturbed, easily broken, easily just, man, one little thing will set their day off, and then now they are totally unproductive. They're angry, they're mad, and then you spend the rest of your day like that, you know. So I just thought it was really good, you know, conversation for the day, because it's just something that I encounter quite a bit. Like I said, got some family members that are pretty thin-skinned. And it just reminded me of growing up, like, because, you know, people try to say things about me, man. You know, no one's perfect, right? Like, you're always going to find something wrong with someone. And I just go with it, man. Like, I just own it. Like, it's just whatever. Like, I got comebacks for days, man. So, like, if you got something to say, be ready for the heat to come right back at you. But it's all in good fun, you know what I mean? But I don't let it ruin my day and mess things up for me. So you got to have thicker skin. Now, that could be something that someone says about you, or just something that happens and you're just about to go off and just let it just ruin your day, man. I'll give you an example. So I bought this food table cart for my patio, right? For like barbecue. You get done barbecue and you get to put the food on this table, and trying to put it together and wasn't putting it together right. So I thought something was wrong with it. End up having to take it back, right? Come back home, put it together. Try, it was like maybe it was a defect in the part. Come to find out, it was just turned the wrong way. I drove all the way out to Dallas to go get this thing the other day, and then it rained the other day, and I left the box outside, so the box was all wet, right? So, like, taking everything apart, throw it back in my vehicle, drive all the way back out to Dallas, take it back, bring it home, right? Put it back together. Come to find out, it was just one part I was actually putting in the wrong way. I didn't have to take it all the way back. I didn't have to waste another hour or two out of my day. But on that drive yesterday, when I had to take this thing back, I was just really dreading, like, man, I really don't want to go out to Dallas, man. Like, I got things to do, but I needed to take this part back, right? Take this thing back. So I'm listening to the Jocko thing on the way there, and I'm just like, man, got to follow my own advice. Like, this sucks, but I got to make the best of it. So on the drive, what am I doing? I'm listening to some more Jocko stuff, some more motivational stuff, some other business stuff, some other videos I needed to be listening to that I haven't been listening to, falling behind. So I used that time wisely and just was like, all right, man, this is going to suck. I just got to own it, made a mistake, and just got to go with it. Where normally that would definitely ruin my day. Like, that would, like, really just screw it. Because, again, I think I've talked about it in the last couple of days. I like things in order. I like things structured. I like things the way I like things to be. And as soon as something throws a wrench in my plans, I do. It kind of unravels me a little bit. But listening to this stuff, it helps me kind of just put things back in perspective, pull myself back together. And like this lady, Lee Miltier, and all these other things I've been listening to, is like, I'm giving my power away. I'm giving my day away. I'm giving away my an opportunity to just finish my day strong, versus back in the day, I would literally just let it throw off my whole day or the time, with my family. So if that's you, okay, you got a little, your skin needs to be a little calloused, okay, like working out. My hand is calloused from lifting weights. It was a little soft in the beginning, but now years and years of working out, my skin has toughened up. It's like people that start jiu-jitsu class, so many people come up to me and it's like, hey coach, hey, when am I going to start getting these, stop getting these mat burns, because everyone's skin is getting cut up. They're bleeding and their skin's opening up from the texture of the mats. Their skin is soft. They're not used to grappling. They're not used to the gi burns. They're not used to the, like the cauliflower ear, your ear being rubbed. How do you get better at that? How does it get thicker? And it stops. Do more of it. Get used to it. Handle it better. So that's my answer to all those individuals. Keep coming to class. Be consistent. Over time, your skin will get thick. You will no longer bleed, right? So it's just a good metaphor to the same thing here. Get used to, bad things happening, things getting out of order, people saying things about you, whether it's behind your back or not. Again, I've mentioned in many other episodes before, people have left my school, said some things about me back in the day, whatever. People are going to say things no matter what. No matter how good you try to do things good for other people, go out of your way for other people, bend over backwards for other people, help them get to where they got to and they don't longer need you anymore, they're going to talk about you. It's all good, man. It's never going to stop. Like, it's just, that's the way some people are. You get thick skin, you keep it moving, keep making things happen. How do you kind of like, I wouldn't say like, let's say like get them back in a way, kind of revenge kind of way. You get them back with success, okay? You don't get them back by not getting things done and letting them hurt your feelings while they're progressing and moving forward, and you're sitting still crying and pouting because someone said something or did something or whatever, and you're unproductive, okay? So that's the whole message of the day: getting thick skin, keeping things moving forward, and not just pouting in the room somewhere with the lights off because someone made you cry. You got to get better at that. You got to get thicker skin. Otherwise, we're not moving forward. And if we're not moving forward, we're not growing. We're not making things happen. We're standing still. And the world is still moving, man. It's still turning on that axis. People are still making things happen. Think about that today, man. If you're just sitting around doing nothing because you're down and out and your skin isn't thick enough and you got your feelings hurt, man, everyone's moving but you. You got to keep it moving. You got to go with that flow, man, and make things happen. Get some thicker skin, handle things better, because believe me, I've seen a lot of people just sit still because their day is ruined. Someone hurt their feelings, they're pouty, and that individual that hurt their feelings, what are they doing? Making things happen. Their life is going on, and so on and so forth. So put that in many different situations. Recently I just had someone tell me it's kind of like a breakup kind of thing, or they're just kind of paying attention to some other guy in their social media, and they're like, why does he get to do all that and I'm over here doing this? And I'm like, well, why are you worried about him? He ain't thinking about you, and you're over here thinking about him, and he's with some other girl doing some other thing, and you're sitting over here pouty face and sad face and looking like the crying emoji and not getting anything done, and this guy's out there doing his thing. So why don't you do your thing? Like, pick yourself up, put yourself back together, and make some things happen. How do you get revenge? Success. Kill them with success. Get them back with success. Make some moves. Make things happen. Make them see that, hey, look, you didn't hurt me as bad as you thought you hurt me. You didn't cut me as deep as you thought you cut me. All right? I healed up. I'm good. I'm making moves. It's all right. Like, things are going to happen. I'm going to own that, what happened, and that's it. Believe me. In this game, business game, and everything else, I've dealt with a lot. I'm 45. I've dealt with a lot of people, a lot of individuals, a lot of things. I've been cut a lot of different ways. Got a lot of scars externally, internally. It's all good. Keeping it moving, make things happen, being positive. I'm not going to lose, okay? That's my motto, man. Win at life. That's it, man. So if that's you, you're down and out, you're sitting still, we're not making things happen, heal up, get calloused, make some moves, all right? We'll catch you guys on the next one. Have a great day, all right? Have thick skin. Peace.